Hello everybody and welcome back to Robert's Reviews. My first new release for the day, 4 Good Days, came out much earlier this morning, and due to technical difficulties, I have been struggling with my Roku to get it to working and to connecting to the internet, so it took a long time to even start watching this film, and then I had issues in the middle of it as well. But I was finally able to watch the entire film in its entirety, and so today we are going to talk about Army of the Dead. Just a quick reminder that if you want to see me dressed as Spider-Man walking into Walmart, I'm going to be doing that when I hit 150 subscribers. So if you want to see that, consider subscribing, and it's just a huge help. So, thanks. Army of the Dead was released in 2021. It was written by Zack Snyder and Shay Hatton and Joby Harold, and it was directed by Zack Snyder. This is a non-spoiler review, so don't worry about any spoilers. There will be none. This is going to be a quick one, mainly because I'm running out of time before I have to do stuff, but that's okay. So a brief synopsis of the film is essentially we have this character played by Dave Bautista, and he is recruited by basically this weird sub-government. It's not really government, but it kind of feels like it's the government. And he's recruited to basically go into this horde of zombies that has taken over Las Vegas and find this secret vault, crack it open, and take the money and get out before they nuke the city. Essentially, it's this big horror zombie pick with some actually interesting character development stories. I think that this movie is okay. I don't think it's a very good movie. It's definitely not a bad movie. I probably wouldn't watch it again, but I can see why other people would. I generally don't like zombies. I think zombies are kind of a wishy-washy horror topic for me. It's very everyone's seen a zombie movie, right? And this one, while it is very similar to other zombie movies, there are some uniqueness to it. When most people think of zombies, they think of slow and kind of zombies. These are kind of different. A lot of them have superhuman abilities where they can run really fast, and their screeches are way different because in other movies they have this low growl, but here it's much different. In this movie, it's much more like a screech, which is pretty cool. And I have seen other directors in other movies do something similar, but it was nice to see that they didn't go with the stereotypical version. I think the cast was quite perfect for this film. I'm not going to go into depth about each and every character, mainly because it is such an ensemble picture, led by Dave Bautista, of course, and I love Dave Bautista, and I think he was pretty good. I don't think he was actually perfect. I think a lot of people are going to think he was perfect, but I don't really think he was. I don't really consider him like an A-lister actor, even though he's in the MCU, and most people consider all of them to be main A-listers or whatever. I don't really consider him to be that. I think he's definitely a good actor, but I think he needs to work more on his emotional capabilities. But that's just on me, I think. But for the rest of the cast, and including Bautista, I think it was a really, really solid, unique, very good cast. My favorite character was the German, who was the vault opener. And I apologize if you hear background noise. They don't care that I'm filming. It really is an ensemble cast, and it really is a really good cast. And I hope I see more later, which I know we are. For those of you who don't know, there is a prequel coming out called Army of Thieves, and it is about the German before he cracks becomes a vault cracker. And I think I'm really excited for that because that's my favorite character. So I'm excited to see more of that. And the end of the movie, I'm not going to spoil it or anything, but there does seem like it is a possibility that we see a part 2. I think we will see a part 2 because this movie is doing very well so far, critically. So I think that there's a possibility we'll see a second one, and if there is, I will watch it. I am going to watch the prequel. I'm probably not going to watch the TV show, which, yes, there's a TV show. I think that the main issues that I have with this film, and I did have some issues, and a lot of them had to do with the way that it was filmed, right? So the special effects in general are pretty good, especially considering the pilot wasn't even on set at any point while they were filming this. She was added in completely digitally, and I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool. So good for that. But the issue that I had was a lot of the practical effects didn't look very good, and I can see that they did a lot of practical effects, good for them for trying to do that. But I don't think that they were done particularly well. I think that practical effects are always good whenever you can do them well. And I think that they did some of them very well. Like the blood, I think was pretty good. There's a lot of blood. If you guys like blood, this is a movie for you. But there were some issues with like the stunts. Like there's this one stunt where Batista like threw a guy and like he just went and like hit his head on the wall, but instead of like falling that way, he just kind of it was weird. It was dumb. There's a lot of instances of just it didn't look very good. And if you watch the movie, you'll notice, oh, that didn't look very good. But a lot of it did look very good. Like I think the zombies were really, really cool and really, really well designed. I think those were all practical as well. I think they had a lot of makeup and stuff. But I thought they were designed very well. I had no complaints about the look of the zombies. But in general, I think that a lot of the issues that I had came with the cinematography, right? So when you watch this movie, most of the movie is just like hyper focused, right? It's just like this crazy amount of zoom. I think it goes zoom, 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 zoom. The entire movie. The background is just completely like fuzzed and blurred. And it's like the portrait mode on an iPhone camera. And like the front is like super focused, and honestly, like I like that they would do that in some certain cases, right? Like if you're in the middle of an action sequence, it's gonna look pretty cool if you do that. But they did it the entire movie, so it felt like the entire movie was just on the edge of like energy, and I really don't think it worked very well for them. And that did distract me a lot throughout the entire film. Overall, I like the movie. I think it's fine. I think it's a good watch. I think that like zombie fans are gonna love this thing. They're gonna eat it up. They're gonna want more. I wouldn't hate more, and I did enjoy it. I probably won't watch it again, but it was worth one watch. And I'm gonna go ahead and give Army of the Dead a B+. So that's gonna do it for me today. I was gonna do more. I was gonna do one more, but I don't have time, so I'm not going to. I guess I'll do a quick plug in case you guys didn't know. I'm a huge John Green fan. And so I've been reading The Anthropocene Reviewed, which came out a couple days ago. Very solid book so far. I'm about halfway through. Really, really good. Came out on Tuesday, and it's very good. I'm hoping to finish it maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. Very solid book. I would recommend it. Figured I'd plug it real quick because I love John Green. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this, and please consider subscribing because I am going to go to Walmart dressed as Spider-Man when I hit 150 subscribers. So whenever that be it today or tomorrow or in the next week or the next week after that, I will be going to Walmart dressed as Spider-Man. So if you want to see that, subscribe. And as always, keep watching movies and television, stay educated, and I'll see you guys in the next video.